Brownie Wasserman. Today I'm going to make vegan chocolate chewy brownies. I've got a whole range of ingredients here, and one of my favorite ingredients going in is coconut oil. So I've got the coconut oil melted, ready to go in, and as well I've got some rice milk, some applesauce, and some vanilla extract, and these are my wet ingredients going in. So it's a very, very simple recipe. Then for my dry ingredients, I have some oat flour. So you can use spelt flour, you can use kamut flour. I'm gonna use oat flour because it's really light and really fluffy and goes very well in this recipe. Then another coconut ingredient, this is coconut sugar. So coconut sugar is also a wonderful alternative source of sweetener to use in a recipe because it's low glycemic and it's not overly sweet, and it's really nice and it blends up really easily. So you can use equal parts, so 1 cup for 1 cup. Equivalent to a white sugar. So we're going to use the coconut sugar. A half a cup of cocoa powder. Can't make brownies without cocoa powder. So this is pure dark cocoa powder. And some baking powder. So I'm going to put all these ingredients together in a bowl, and then I'm going to bake them into a baking pan. So the benefit of making something like this is that there's absolutely no dairy, there's no butter, there's no eggs, there's no cream. So you can get away with making a really nice, chewy and tender brownie without using any dairy or any processed ingredients or processed sugars or processed wheat. So I'm gonna start making my recipe. So first gonna go in is my 1 cup of oat flour. And then I'm gonna combine that right away with my half a cup of cocoa powder. You can also use cacao powder. Now the difference is cocoa is cooked and heat treated, whereas cacao is raw. So this is cacao powder actually, so it's very light in color, but it goes really well, especially when it's combined with the oat flour to give it that dark chocolatey consistency and look. So I'm going to blend that together, and you're going to see the flour turn a nice chocolatey brown. So I'm going to let that just sit. Then I'm going to add in my baking powder. So I've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder going in. Mix that together. A pinch of sea salt. And then I'm going to set that aside. In a second bowl, I'm going to add in my coconut sugar. So I've got 1 cup of coconut sugar here. A half a cup of rice milk. You can also use almond milk or hemp milk. You can even use coconut milk if you wanted to. So that's going in. Then I've got some applesauce. So there's a half a cup of applesauce. And my melted 1/3 of a cup of coconut oil. So I'm gonna pour that right in. Now it's important when you're baking to make sure that all of your ingredients are at room temperature, because when you add coconut oil that you've melted into cold ingredients, something that's come out of the fridge, you're gonna see the coconut oil start to clump together. So it's best if you can get them all at the same temperature so that the coconut oil can stay a liquid consistency and mix really well with the wet ingredients. So I'm going to continue to blend that up so the coconut sugar is what's giving this a nice, rich, malty color. And then just to add a little bit more color and flavor into this, I'm going to put in a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm going to continue to stir that up a little bit. And then I'm going to blend this into my dry ingredients. So I can just pour that right in there really easily and give that a good stir. Then I'm going to add in my dark chocolate chips. So these are vegan and these are gluten-free and they are naturally sweetened. So I'm going to add these in, and this is going to add just a little bit of texture and some crunch to my brownies. Nothing better than adding a little bit more chocolate to your chocolate brownies. And then get yourself an 8x8 square pan. You can even go rectangular if you wanted to. You can put a little bit of coconut oil in the base of the pan. And make sure I get every last bit. is ready to go in the oven. So I'm gonna put the oven on at 350 degrees and allow this to bake for 30 minutes.